HKTV staff and supporters are intently watching a live feed of the meeting right now, waiting to see whether the motion will be voted on this evening. Diane To is now in the Legco booth. Diane, over to you.
Thanks, Rani. That's right. Now, behind me, lawmakers are still debating the motion to invoke the Powers and Privileges Ordinance, basically to force the government explain its decision, why it rejected Hong Kong TV's license application. Now, at the start of this meeting, Greg So, the Secretary for Commerce and Economic Development, had tried to talk the lawmakers out of supporting the motion, saying that it would destroy the Executive Council's confidentiality rule. Now, legal sector's lawmaker Dennis Kwok has suggested amending the motion to exclude revealing commercially sensitive information, but Greg So is still against that as well. So now the vote is just down to a few lawmakers. A majority of directly elected lawmakers already indicated they would support the motion. But the situation involving functional constituency legislators is uncertain. So far, at least 14 are in support of the motion, 16 are against. Those who say they would vote against the motion include members of the Business and Professionals Alliance.
The legislative and executive branch, the relationship and the future governance of Hong Kong is the major issue. If we use PNP to get, to overturn EXCO decision, that Hong Kong will be ungovernable.
Leung agreed that the government had dealt with the dispute poorly, but he said it would be more appropriate for it to be handed over to the court for judicial review. But lawmakers who want to trigger an investigation into the government's decision to deny HKTV a license disagreed.
We have powers under the legislation to request or compel the government to produce the documents pertaining to the decision regarding the issuing of TV licenses. And for anyone to suggest that just because judicial review proceedings may be pending in the court, that we could use that as an excuse to not do our job, I think that's ridiculous.
He also criticized the 6-page statement that the government released yesterday, saying it in fact raised even more questions about the matter. And Kwok's comment was echoed by an unlikely ally. The pro-establishment Liberal Party will be voting in support of the motion. Lawmaker James Tien said a key existing player, TVB, has enjoyed higher profits in recent years.
Actually, has a substantial increase. That means the market is growing. This is why we do not share government's view that in the next few years, with the economy the way we are now, with the economic growth that government is projecting, we will not have a further growth in the overall advertising revenue of all the TV stations added together. So we feel that there is room to accommodate all three licenses.
Tien questioned the government's argument that the market cannot support up to 5 free-to-air TV stations. Diane To, TVB News. Now, the motion debate only started around 5 o'clock this afternoon, so it's actually expected that no vote will go ahead tonight. Now, it's expected that several lawmakers supporting the motion will in fact be out of Hong Kong tomorrow, so that means the chances of this passing will be even slimmer. But that's it from us here for now. We'll be bringing you more updates in our late cast, so join us then. Back to you in the studio.
All right, we want to thank Diane To and Ronnie Samtani for their live reports.